Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to Pxy-STUDY. Today we're gonna do something a bit crazy, not crazy but yes, because this is experimental. I'm using an alpha version of the UPBGE Uchronia project game, Blender game engine, and I'm a noob in this, but it's Blender, right? The interface, look, this is not Blender, this is not our regular Blender, this is, you see there's some editors, Logic Bricks editor, Logic Nodes editor, Logic Bricks node viewer, and some other stuff here that I'm still learning. But yeah, this is if I'm not sure we can sell games with this thing. Apparently yes, but I don't know. There's a discussion about the because it's open source software, but apparently it's not a problem. It's just that the code of the game needs to be accessible if you script something like that, but the game, the graphics is ours, right? The game is our property, we can sell that. And then there is another question. I don't know how good the thing is for publishing, right? I don't know if the features all work. Here we have some massive issues, right? But at least this version here works for Blender 5. It's UPBGE Alpha 0.51. I don't know as a 5.1 Blender, but it's supposed to work perhaps in future, even future Blender 5.1, which only next year. But anyways, we are gonna, I have some actions here. Let's play this. You just press P and you have some playable. So I made some, we don't see here, but you see there, I can move with the mouse, I can walk. This I've built with some, there's even a shift to run, but I need to make the character turn around and third person shooter, something like that, right? And oops, I shouldn't have moved the camera. Okay. There are problems with the compositor. There are problems. I need to make the camera follow. Not sure that will be good for real time, because it will be rendering, right? Real time, so maybe it's heavy. There are problems with assets, libraries, nightmarish. The linked assets don't work. We cannot code the bricks here, but I found a workaround. For example, this rigged model, I bring it as a appended it from elsewhere, but now I need to update the character because the actions don't come all together. It's a Blender fault, so you need to bring them one by one or after we have the armature or something like that. So because I'm updating the character here, I need to exchange this without delete, copy this data, but we can, it's actually just copy. I thought it was not possible, but there is something like game copy logic bricks, so from one, just like a wave transfer, right? So that you can copy data from one object to another. So you have this one which don't change. This is the collision player default garbage, right? So capsule, capsule invisible here. Yeah, we don't want to render it, and we can actually go here and play this thing. I'm still learning here, but we can use use viewport render. So I press P. I can, so I'm not looking from the camera, but yeah, it's locked. I cannot manipulate, so I need to ask. Let's go to the camera. So there's some, it's because I don't have some settings here to decide where we look from and in an updative way. I'm just learning how this is possible. There are not a lot of content out there, but some good content authors in YouTube, for example. So here we play here. Yeah, so this is, oops, actually, yeah. So this we, at least, I cannot really navigate from Blender, but I can have other viewports, which is interesting to see what happens, right? I need to add more animations and turn around for the character rotations. decisions. That, and then we can also, yeah, need a, we can also do a, like, execute full screen. Yeah, of course here we need to look here. Let's do this again. Yeah, so I try to link or link stuff work, but they don't work for this coding here, this node spaghetti thing. Unfortunately, maybe they implemented this in the future. So I'm here to make a jump action, which I don't have right now. And we can, my idea is to have lots and lots of actions for this, maybe even various types of jumps. That should be nice. And yes, okay, workbench doesn't, I wonder if this works if we use this, because it will work here if we do this. Yeah, you see, but I'm not sure this will be playable. It's executable, so maybe it's possible, yeah. Yeah, so maybe this is the only way to have it to work as... and what about here? No, not this. This. Okay, here's using Eevee. Alright, so it will use what we see here, but this thing. So it's a bit confusing, but... Okay, I want Eevee for now, so we don't want any of this. Yeah, we want this. Usually just P is fine. Alright, so there's no jump thing. I have a tutorial here that I was watching for this particular feature, and we're gonna... so we need to animate this thing, and I need to go then for another... Yeah, Blender here, where I have my character. And because it's not linked to the game engine, because it won't enable me to test the actions, all that. So so this is pretty annoying, but anyways, I have made all the actions here, so they are a little broken here because I was changing the rig. So we need to make some updates here in this keyframing. That's totally feasible. I also want to improve this I don't know why she's like that. Yeah, certainly something broke. Let's find. What kind of keyframing should have caused this? Oh yeah, okay, so this foot is... We're gonna get this, right? Oh yeah, I need to... Actually, not this. What's happening is that I need to... I was handling some... doing some stuff in this rig. I need to... resymmetrize some bones here. Very crazy. But I was making some tests, and because my animation here is like stepped constant interpolation, so I really don't need all that crap for motion path interpolation. That only makes rigging nightmarish. And I was still investigating ways to... Okay, now it's fine. He said it's just that something broke maybe in the... She seems a bit... Okay, we also need to enable... Okay, let's do something here. I have some Shift A. This is selection sets. We're gonna get these bones, right? Then we're gonna look for this. We're gonna enable the... No, we need a selection of the bone. The thing that will leverage would be... I think this will leverage. So just hold Alt here, and there you go. So this is for didn't work for transformation. Why this? Maybe I've okay, they weren't selected. Okay, they weren't part of. Maybe I've remade them. Whatever. So let's bring them back again. We're gonna make a jump action. So I need to get these things and enable this. Make sure, yeah, I see, this will. It's the way to solve this thing. Then we need to make sure they are. These two bones are. In this, let's see which are here. So these, the torso, the hands, yes, the hands, both hands, and I think this, right? Maybe we'd also like this to have one of these. Yeah, so let's assign these two, and maybe there'll be others, but we're gonna just look at that in the future. So here we're gonna add this selected constraint transformation. All right, this seems to be maybe we need this. No, it's using the map to Y, but the axis here is this one is more complicated. This bone is like no, it's okay, it's a Z axis anyways. So Y to Z, right? Okay, it is going diagonally, so I don't like this very much. Is it? No, I think it. I can't visualize, but whatever. That is sufficient. And same here. This one. Nothing is happening. Of course, it's not here. We're gonna bring this here. Yeah, same problem. We just need to take this off and get looks like it's just going up. Yeah. No, there's a diagonal push, but it's so minimal. If I can find this in the future, I'll solve. Apparently it needs to use the whatever. We're gonna use the, maybe we can do this. Yeah, it will use the... Yeah, so this is a better solution. So we can't just copy the bone constraints, right? No, actually, yes, we just, it's just for the alt here. So we're gonna delete this one. Copy select constraints here, and we gonna place this here. There we go. And now if we Shift A, get all this, and now we can get the high heel leverage just like that. We bring it at first because it's like when we go for 3D animation, we want this. This one, it's using, yeah, it starts straight, so I hope those things don't cause any problem. Yeah, maybe I should change everything to the custom space, but anyways, it's not a problem right now. Okay, so let's see this action here. Yeah, so she's leaning too much to the side, so I don't know what happened. So we're gonna make some readjustments here. This rig here is broken. Let's see if we have this channel here. Yeah, so I think I can just delete the entire track and just it looks like this bone is somewhere keyframe. Oh yeah, also attention, I don't want this crap. I don't constant by default for this project. So here we re-update. No, it doesn't work, so we're gonna select all T constant just in case. Yeah, but doesn't seem that it worked, so we're gonna try again. So insert keyframe. Well, maybe it's just because we need to interpolate it. Yeah, whatever, we're gonna do this. At least it's clear now. And it is cycling, right? We're gonna make yeah, it's not, I don't have time for now, but there's the could be nice to bake the physics and then delete some keyframes. Can't they bake into the keyframes only? I don't think it has this feature. So yeah, we need to fix the, I think the torso can do it, or it's something about the head. If we do something about the first keyframe, let's just assess. Let's use the... Why do I have this fucking bone here? This bone shouldn't be here. So this one we want in the all body controllers, and that's it. Well, this one, Shift M, we don't want it here, we don't want it here. There we go. Get out of here. Now we got these control bones, but we don't want the physics, so the house is clean. We gonna save. We're gonna... I know it's not that bad, just from... Yeah, why is she looking to that other side? So yeah, so this is maybe too much, so yeah, okay, so it's the torso rotation, right? So just gonna derotate it. Yeah, like she's looking one side, one direction, then the other. So here, for example, we can make some sort of preparation. then she looked at the other side, and here we can do this. Here this is too close, so you need to change the timing. Looks like we have some loose keyframes. We have to re-keyframe everything, right? Yeah, so and here we're gonna do this and Control V. There we go. Yeah, so here we're gonna fix one rapid motion. This one. This was too fast, of course. So probably this won't work. We need a breakdown. Now everything. Yeah, here we. Don't want to move the torso up and down too much here because okay, so far here is fine, just we need something that here we need an interpolation, right? Need to see what this head bone is doing. Yeah, not too good. So let's see what we can do to have this better. This pose, the starting one, is maybe also not very good. Let's try to oops, wrong place. We can also extend the amount here. There's no problem. Shift T, no, Control T. Yeah, Control. I always forget this one. Okay, let's make 24 so we can extend this. Actually, yeah, 24. So what we need to do is to let's improve this one down. Here we can move down this a little more. This one we're gonna try to push forward. Here we need to, yeah, we're gonna Control C, Control V. There we go. Making, yeah, actually maybe I need to select all bones. What's happening to the, yeah, this arm is not very good, so we're gonna Oh yeah, I always get wrong this. What can happen here? Alright, so let's move this here. Here this is not good for this transition, right? Yeah, choose spy key. We need some sort of preparation here. Yeah, so it was working and then I got it a little broke, but see, already start work. Just a little patience. We need to see from various angles as well. So here we got some crazy things. The action is 12 FPS, right? We can always... Certainly I need more stuff here. This... I think we can delete this one. Here, this one, we need to... It's just not helping too much. This is too far away, right? But that can work if we reduce the intensity. And make some breakdown here, but that's fine. Here we can possibly get this closer here. And this is bad, right? So we're gonna delete this one. We try to recombine this. Oh, I see why this is wrong. We maybe need to make this thing here. I could tweak this forever, right? It's ideal is to remake from scratch, but sometimes it's much more confusing to... There's no telling very much of where the things are going, right? You need to make an analysis of the animation. I did this very fast anyways. It was sort of random and it worked. And now it's... Okay, so I need to... Yeah, I see. We need to change the propositions, right? and to this, then we are a bit too far from the return, right? So here let's get a control T in range. Let's look for this. Actually, selected keyframes around frame maybe. Ignore this other, I think it's a glitch. Yeah, so this one is not easy. I need to just verify this is correct. Selected keys, right? What is manual range? No. Yeah, so let's select this and try here. Nope. To no avail. Okay, it's something about this triangle here. 12, 16. Wait, this is... I don't understand the... It's like there are some loose keyframes somewhere. No, they aren't. It's all here. So why it is telling these values there? It makes no sense. Okay, let's get this, and this. For this bone, of course. Yeah, 10, 12, 19. This garbage. Then there's no keyframe here for this channel. It is crazy. Okay, but there's a triangulation. So basically where they are coming, 19. This is this one. Maybe it's getting the frame number? No. Maybe I've made some... I didn't save this version. Keyframes. Oh, frame numbers. Keyframe numbers, that's it. Why the frame is before? Okay, now we have the keyframes. Now this is readable, sort of. 17. Okay, there we go. Finally. So we need to keyframe. Okay, let's see. Let's make an arc. Which is up, forward. Okay, so let's make an arc like this. So just move this here. Yeah, probably won't work sufficiently, but that's fine. Here we got some not very interesting motion. What we can do with this? straighten up maybe. Not of much interest this pose. Let's try to change this. Oops, got the wrong. This is very dangerous. Okay, maybe we need more keyframes after all. Yeah, there's it's too fast here, indeed. Let's try to, before I add more frames, let's just try to. Okay, here we need more. Okay, here somewhere, here's too fast. Here. This one. Yeah, okay. This, never mind. Let's just use this and then get to the jump. Let's see if the run. We have some serious issues with the. Okay, something bad happened to the head, so we are gonna. I don't know what happens to. Yeah, because the rig of the eyes is a bit bugged, so. Why this is not responsive? No, it is responsive. Alright, we just need to fix some things here. I totally don't need these things in this rig. We can, in this version of the rig at least. These are for ballistic circular arc of the eye key. I can just hide them to a variation of the rig for later, for another. I don't need to delete them in the rig. It's a little of exaggeration is good, okay? So insert, let's see. And this is already, no, it's not yet the. Yeah, it turns out this is, yeah, it's the what we have. So we need a keyframe this, and then we're gonna get this. Maybe just get this and this. Not sure this is gonna work. Control Shift V. Yeah, so this is the run. We can, of course, and here we need to Control C, Control V. And there's something here, I don't know why this happens in frame. But it's just visual, it doesn't matter. Okay, we need to change this, of course. Good animation. Yeah, so this is the old school way, right? not care about the physics right now. Of course, I want to add a few more keyframes here, but this is good enough for the action, right? It's very clean. Many folks out there might did not even consider this an animation, but they don't understand anything about animation. I think they just understand about what people like, not the essence of the animation. What most mainstream stuff, right? Because it's easy to appreciate not the mainstream, but the classics, right? How things move through our lens natural way, right? What is harder to appreciate is modern art, like Picasso, like even other forms of art which are not so naturalistic, right? And so the classics are important because they favor the possibility of expressing this high level of dedication to mimic nature in various ways. But then the modernism and postmodernism, even pre-modernism, whatever, art in general, will tend to not mimic nature, but recreate aesthetically or impressively in other directions, more abstract, more designful, more original. And so animation is the same story. If that wasn't true, we wouldn't have cartoon animation, even anime, right? Japanese animation is also, there are a lot of things that are unreal, totally unreal. And this is what becomes sometimes mainstream. Cartoon, Hanna-Barbera, all those things are not realistic, and they are so cool. Or Cartoon Network animation, stop motion, you name it, right? Puppetry animation. So animation is not the illusion of life. Animation is not just the illusion of life. So animation is also what this is. If people like, well, you see games like those old RPG games where you have just you have keyframes like that, so you can do this with another style. It doesn't need to be you can do whatever you want. But anyways, we need the action. Now you see that I mark assetize this stuff because I want this action to be easily linked, maybe to, yeah, they will be in the asset library. It will be easier to bring them into the scene, right? So what we're gonna make is to the jump, right? The jump. Now that we fix this, we can close this. We're gonna reset here. So something, yeah, so this rig is broken. We need to fix this. Otherwise it will always be in the way. Yeah, I was trying to make this thing. Yeah, you know, it's not time for this. This is too complicated. We're gonna make the jump at once. So for this, let's start with new. So we're gonna, this will be act jump 01 because it will be, and then we're gonna mark as asset. Then we're gonna, yeah, okay, so we're gonna start like this. I really don't care, right? It's not a cinematic animation. This is game animation. So I really don't care if the this doesn't match the idle pose, right? Also because I want to make multiple idle poses. Okay, so here we have some. Let's start to use. Time to use some of these features that we have here. Oh yeah, this one we cannot rotate the hand. Why not? Okay, I need to fix that in the rig later, but it doesn't matter now. We can at least have this copy attribute thing. I need pose assets urgently to... Now let's use this. It's more dramatic. Yeah, why not? What is this doing here? I think it's not visible here, so we're gonna... Okay, looks like we have a problem with this bone. Something about this rig, when I've discovered, when I symmetrize this bone, this disconnects. It's only in this rig though, so it's very weird. I've tried in another regular armature, but to no avail. I couldn't reproduce it. Something about this rig. Okay, I'm gonna make this, and why not? We can also... Yeah, she doesn't have a cloak. Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we can totally keyframe this, so don't... So this is the advantage of this kind of animation, right? You don't care about... this garbage of 3D animation technique, conventional with bad tools, right? When the resources are... Let's try this. Maybe this a little faster. Then here we got some delay. Then now we can immediately, yeah, we don't want, yeah, here what we need to be aware is that, yeah, I'm gonna do this thing well for once. There are various ways to achieve this, but I'm gonna do this way. Why this thing is... Oh no, it's the wrong arrow. There we go. I need something to control the... to access the fingertips, right? That will be nice. So we're gonna do this like right here. This is not good, right? Might just want for one hand and then we lose the other, right? Yeah, so we're gonna do... Gonna do again. So once we have this, we can... If we have one side, we can just flip. Oh. Yes. So here immediately this will be fast, so we need to... Now we need to change the center of gravity. This is... So here is where it worth to have this thing here. Yeah, like... let's see. Here. Okay, so this works because then we can reorient this thing. So first thing we need to cleanse this because this is horrible. Now we can do this. Soundtrack, stupid YouTube. can reset this. This is bad. Let's also reset here. So here you see this is 2. I don't like this bone. We need to position it in a clearer way. Yeah, I think this, I prefer this. Okay, you see that this is not good. I'm gonna move this, Ctrl-Shift-T, update. Oh, we made another. Yeah, I see it's out of date. That's fine. So this is all we need. Oh, this is jumping forward. No, hold on. We need a jump straight or something like that, right? Okay, let's do something a bit more interesting. So this maybe we can bring, yeah, 2 little keyframes. Right? So this is why you need this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's try this first. And then we have some deacceleration. Yeah, let's make this thing. Okay, this why it's not. Yeah, so this is where we need to see, right? Arise, this is like very without the motion pad here. Even if it's straight, you see it's not, it's just what we need here. If we don't have onion skinning. And this is all that I need. It's kind of stupid to block like that, but it's the tool we have, right? Because yeah, making this thing will allow to then solve the rest of the pose at ease, right? And there we go. And so here, yeah, if this thing auto-updated, it auto-updates in certain, yeah, if we, I need at least this reference here to, so I'm just gonna place it here, but it's just to see where she needs to land somewhat. Not too bad, yeah, so I can maybe bring this here. This one we can bring here. And once this thing is done, we probably don't touch this anymore. Here maybe Oops, yeah, I hate when this happens. Okay, this one. So maybe this the timing here we can get it closer here. This is okay, it doesn't need to be realistic. Okay, so let's see. Good, so maybe a little more. Yeah, another. I don't know where's the floor. Okay, she almost got to the floor, yeah. Of course, you don't need this, so I just need to... Yeah, let's delete this thing. I have already the reference for the floor, so here we're gonna... $20, okay. Is that... Yeah, let's reset this, maybe? No. Let's reset the rotation. Why these feet are like that? Something... Oh, it's because of this. Okay, reset this rotation. But we're gonna get... Okay, why this thing is locked? Oh yeah, it wasn't selected. All right. Yeah, maybe we end with more... Yeah, 25, whatever. Why do I complicate? It's cool. Okay, this is just one jump. We could have made this one simpler. Here we got a problem. We need to keyframe these things. No, one by one. See when it will snap. Oh, this one is bad. somewhere like here, right? What happened here? I forgot. Yeah, I think this thing belongs to this. All right, so yeah, I'm not sure because we are lacking frames, but let's just use this one. We can, because there are so little frames here, it's just we can always readjust these things over time, right? Okay, so here's the funny part, but gonna go just keep it simple for now. You see, no need anything here, motion paths, action rule, because the arc is already being done or abstractly by this. Well, yeah, we still need to work these arcs. Like here, maybe I've rotated this one a bit too much, but they it's gonna be dangerous here, right? So we need to make the ideally onion skinning, I think, but since I don't have this, I've been doing the animation, it seems to be doable, right? So here, what we can do here, maybe I got this idea. So it's the flow of the limbs of everything. So if you got this thing right, so it is plausible. Here we got I'm gonna make a little risk thing because I'm not looking at this too much, so maybe this will pull back. And pull back, yeah. Let's check now. It's a bit awkward, but for the most part it works. I just need to work more on the arms and the hands. I haven't touched here. The hands are not very visible, right? So maybe I need to spread the arms like here, so that it becomes a better silhouette from various angles, and then everything starts to work, right? Also for the curvature of the head, right? So where she should be looking. So this thing got broken, right? So I need to fix that later, right? But here it will be fine. Maybe adjust the keyframing here somewhere, the timing. I think, yeah, so let's augment this a little more. This one slower here, right? And here I think I've lost I think I've lost a keyframe. She was touching the ground, yeah. Okay, so maybe we can do this from here. Again, all right. I hate this. Never gets in the keyframes that I want. Maybe because, yeah, it's snapping. All right, so. Where it can be fast here. Here maybe fasten this out. Here maybe we also do here. And this makes no sense, so we're gonna try this. And here we're gonna try this. And maybe one more keyframe here, and that will be it. Yeah, if that is to end, I'm not sure. Maybe I add something else. I don't want it to be looping, but yeah, it's not a loop. So now let's save here. Let's go back to the finally to the UPBGE. So the problem here is that I will have to bring back the character. We won't change the capsule, but the armature object is parented to the capsule. So this is the collision stuff, is the player movement and stuff like that. So you don't need to touch this directly, so this is good. Then the camera is parented. Yeah, we don't move the camera as well. So it's just the armature object. So we need to bring this back here. And yeah, it will bring a new name. So this will be very creepy. But that's okay. Once we refresh, let's say I never did that. So first time we're gonna and fully doing this update. So we're gonna bring the asset library. We're gonna find the characters, and we bring Dorothy, but I don't want, I want to append, and so we're gonna bring the character here. We see that it has these values, but oh yes, it has the, yeah, we don't want this. Let's simplify this thing here. So what I did was I picked the idle position and got it. What happened to the idle position? Okay, looks like that I've lost the idle position, which is nightmarish. I have some backups. Maybe I can bring it from another file. Yeah, so let's do it. There's just a file here that I've worked from. I will lose the progress, but whatever. Maybe it is in the backups. No, so I don't know why I decided to. The keyframes are here, but they don't seem to do. What is this thing? Ah, here it is. Okay, I don't know what is this shit here. Unassign. Okay. So for some reason it needs to have okay, I have no idea what the crap is that, but here we go. Whatever. Yeah, so we gotta start with this pose indeed. Jump is there. Okay, jump has 29 for whatever. I don't know if there's a good way to undo jump, so we'll figure out. On the idle. This is not idle. I think it's something about copying this, merging these things. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe we can move this slot to a new action. Slots, no. This is nothing to do with NLA, I hope not. I haven't... Separate slots, maybe. Merge animation. Merge animation of the selected object into the action of the active object. Actions are not deleted by this, but my... Okay, apparently this makes me lost everything. Now this is not working, but this one works, yeah, so I've never understood this thing, and anyways, I think it's pretty bad. Like, they need to simplify this stuff. Like, the idea is great, but the concept, but in details, in practice, is really bad. It's like as bad as the... No, maybe not that bad, but yeah, I could never figure out. I saw tutorial after tutorial, tried. Oh, it works. And did as NLA editor, like, it's as terrible as that. But I think they are still upgrading, getting feedback from the community. And it's too risky. You start to manipulate these things, you... Okay, so the question, is this lot coming all together with this action? Because we changed the action and it falls apart. Yeah, it's like it's not connecting. Maybe it's some NLA garbage accidental thing that I've done. There you go. That's the problem. Yeah, I've pushed down this thing. How do I get rid of this? Okay, apparently we got rid of this. I hope this didn't break my... Yeah, nothing changed. Okay, at least it has the right name, right? So saving. So I need this one. Okay. Okay. Ah, now everything is fixed. Okay, so I had to rename it. And that's it. So let's get this one and let's go back to, yeah, finally. Now this is ready. We got here. We don't want this. Gonna reopen because, yeah, so we're gonna yeah, I'll get it from here because we need this editor anyways. Can't we move this to, yeah, and this is a problem. This is because we have some clothing here. What is the shortcut? Shift A? No. Collapse all. Ah, maybe they didn't implement it here. Okay, I'm using the wrong one. Yeah. Okay, whatever. We got the new armature object. We want to bring this one. First, we're gonna place this here. Yeah. No. This one. Gonna place it here. Fine. Then we're gonna. I think I have the wrong setting there. We can adjust that later. Okay, first we got that one. Parent keep offset. Then we're gonna pick this one into this one. And then we're gonna object game copy logic bricks. Now if I get this one, we see that this one has got, they have the same, the names are updated, except that yeah, this is the new one actually. This is the old one because this one repeated, right? So we got now to delete this entire select delete hierarchy. This got the armature object. We need to hide some stuff here. And there we go. So we got these things. The rig is not, the rig model is not ready for the gaming. Also the UPBGE is not ready for it because it needs this linked thing. I'm having all this trouble because I'm not familiar with the appending solution for rig models. Yeah, but the linking also caused some visibility things. I just don't understand the entire behavior, but library override is better. And we can't use this thing here. So the solution here, let's see if everything is working. Maybe I save here. Yeah, I'm gonna save. We don't have a... Okay, we got some... What's she looking up? After I run, after I think... Oh yeah, because of this add thing. No. Oh yeah, the keyframing, right? So I've changed the amount of keyframings. But let's add the jump first. So it should be keyboard, key space bar. Then we got, yeah, just this. And then if I'm not wrong, this should be simple. It's an action. Then action, we need to, yeah, it already comes there. No there. So did I save? Yeah, so this we need to bring the action. The action, it I think it can be linked, but we're gonna just append. So let's see if we can do it from here. Okay, so I don't know why I can't bring it. So no problem, we go the traditional way. Here I don't have my stuff ready. Jump. So here the jump. Yeah, and so if let's see, priority of this, I don't know, let's do blending. No blending. Start frame, I think 29. Start frame 1, and I think play. So yeah, just play. Play, and there's no description of this stuff. So maybe there are some things here we don't want to be able to move during the process. Now we just have to connect this with here. Okay, so I don't know why this is not sometimes it doesn't respond. Here what you're gonna do to solve these things that Just need to access the armature and change the yeah, we need to access here. Need to remember that. So where is the all body controller? Okay, we get here. Set origin to 3D cursor. Then we just need to place this again here and move this to 3. There we go. Just in case, just reset all transforms. Save. Now this jump thing. There we go. So it's just a, and I don't know why, but there is something about this. If this doesn't work, we gonna, okay, it works. Let's get to the camera. There's a tutorial I was watching. Oh, it needs to be, yeah, it's funny, okay. I think I can still move, yeah, so. It's too slow, right? So, but it works. So that's kind of funny, right? Let's play from here. Yeah, so I need to make that faster, but that's how it works. The capsule is not following, so I don't know how it will gonna make it, but there we go. So we made the funniest thing. And it's a game, right? The game has its own rules, so I don't need to, yeah, I want to make it faster, but I want to make it look good. So we, in this style of animation, so we need to yeah, so there are some revision here I need to do. Okay, so maybe what you can do is just shrink this a little, but this will be terrible. Oh no, this is the idle pose. Okay, no, it's not the idle pose. So the idle pose is like 24. 24, yeah, I need to update here. The walk is 16. I think I haven't changed this one. Yeah, 16. The run is 12. I think I haven't changed the run. No. Isn't there a way to do this in a... Okay, so this can work also. We gotta have 20, 20, 21. But we'll have to re-update this thing. So we're gonna do this again. Yeah, so it's garbage. This is why linking is much better. So this thing is, well, maybe we can. Maybe this works with link. Let's try it right now. Yes. No, it's this one. Well, it doesn't want to. Okay, let's delete this stuff here. Yeah, I know why I wasn't able to bring. I've assetized them. When I append them with the asset, they come assetized. It's very weird. Wait, this can be useful. Yeah, it can be useful for certain management. Okay. I'm not sure. It doesn't show the link here. But if this works, it works. So 21? 21, yeah. It works. Yeah. There it is, folks. So we made it. This is, of course, bad. But we need to figure out how to improve those things. Alright, folks, that was it. I need to secure now the rotations, right, of the body. Let's check here.
And we will minimize. Then what we can do is add another motion. I just press T on the keyboard. It is my shortcut for adding this motion. Then what we can do is click on Simple Motion and go down to Character Motion. This will give you a few options, but the thing we want to focus on right now is the jump button. Click on that and enable it. Blue
There's a jump button. Okay, hold on.
Jump. And we will minimize. Then what we can do is add another motion. I just press T on the keyboard. It is my shortcut.
Okay, so there's a oh yeah, because then this probably will carry the collider, so this might be a good idea. Yeah, maybe it's better. So here we're gonna
for adding this motion. Then what we can do is click on Simple Motion and go down to Character Motion. This will give you a few options, but the thing we want to focus on right now is the jump button. Click on that and enable it. Blue means enabled. So we can minimize that, and if we go to our game here, press P, you can see if when I press the spacebar, our character jumps.
maybe we need to have maybe it doesn't allow double things. Oh, but it allows this. All right. Let's look at the no, nothing. Maybe I need to duplicate this thing. Yeah, who knows? Let's look at again. Maybe there's some more trick that I forgot.
Add the keyboard, and we'll add spacebar. Let's go to our keyboard, add the keyboard, and we'll add spacebar. Then we will name this jump, and we will minimize. Then what we can do is add another motion. I just press T on the keyboard. It is my shortcut for adding this motion. Then what we can do is click on simple motion and go down to character motion.
Okay, we're gonna try to have to duplicate this. We don't have the duplications. Okay, let's delete this at once. I just can't figure out what makes these links. Okay, this does nothing.
This will give you a few options, but the thing we simple motion and go down to character motion. This will give you a few options, but the thing we want to focus on right now is the jump button. Click on that and enable it. Blue means enabled. So we can minimize that, and if we go to our game here, press P, you can see when I press the spacebar, our character jumps. Now we can take a look at this physics category again, and you can see if we add...
Oh, yes, I know. It's not working because there is a physics thing that I had to turn off because it was not working in my something was causing some trouble, so this is why this is not. So yeah, we can still have it, but if we don't do something about it. Yeah, so we'll need to find out how to make these physics things to work. Where would that be? I think it was... Yeah, it's probably in this tutorial, but let's see if there's anything else here.
Another jump to the max jumps. If we press P, and I press the spacebar.
Oh, physics, there we go. So it's here. So no, it's not this. It's we can close this for now. So yeah, I was trying to get this thing to work, and then as soon as we press this, something... weird started to happen. Let's try to, yeah, let's just watch a little more.
Twice, we have 2 jumps. Category again, and you can see if we add character jump name here, press P. You can see if when I press the spacebar, our character jumps. Now we can take a look at the
Oh, character, physics types. Oh, right, I was doing the wrong, or maybe not, it's this one. Okay, so we got some problem with the... Something bad happens. So the character is falling underground. So the... I think might be something to do with the collision system, or maybe it's already colliding. Let's just move this up. No, it's just not colliding here. Probably missed something.
physics, press the space, and if we go into our game here,
Stepped height. Just in case, let's see. No, so it's falling. Maybe I've done it in the wrong... object? No, it was pretty simple, just nothing changed here. 55, 90 degrees, max jump, force jump, yeah. It's just not working. Maybe it's bugged in this version, or I need to try it on another object that is not compromised. Maybe the floor, maybe I missed something about the floor. No, it's not this. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. So I need to keep going.
press P. You can see if when I press the spacebar,
Collision bounds, box margin. Oh yeah, we need to, maybe I forgot this, yeah. Ah, there we go. But now something else happens. She starts to float. Can we jump? Yeah, we can, but the box is not jump. So I don't know, it's that great. Probably it's interpenetration. No, it keeps going crazy, so...
our character jumps. Now we can take a look at this physics category again, and you can see if we add another jump to the max jumps. If we press P and I press the spacebar twice, we have 2 jumps, which is pretty snazzy. Let's set that back to 1 for now, and we can also adjust the jump force. Right now it's set at 10, so let's just set it to about 20. Give us a pretty Razu result. If we press P and then press spacebar, you can see we have a much...
Yeah, great. Floating box. Balloon box.
higher jump now. But let's set this back down to 10, and the max slope is just how effective it can climb up objects. So let's grab a cube here and demonstrate this. So if I kind of put this down here and we walk into it, you can see the character kind of goes over top. If I raise this up, you can set this back down to 10, and the max slope is just how effective it can climb up objects. So
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Demonstrate this. So if I kind of put this down,
This is a good demonstration. Let's try to make. Yeah, but with the physics like that, I don't think we will be able to test anything, right? The thing just doesn't. I can't control it. Just move on its own up the sky.
down here and we walk into it, you can see the character kind of goes over top. If I raise this up, let's do a full-size cube here, and I can walk up, and since it's on 90, I can just walk straight up this cube. If I put this cube on collision box, you can see that I can no longer climb it.
What?
Cube.
Oh,
Put this
collision
cube
bounce.
on collision box, you can see that I can no longer climb it. But without it, it's just a general kind of sphere shape. So
Interesting. Okay. Or later.
the character just climbs right over. If I take our character and we say our max slope will be 26 degrees, we can no longer climb over this cube. But if I rotate this cube a little bit, 26 degrees is not much to work with, so even that slight of an angle. For our character, I think we'll set it to 45 degrees, and we will just do that, and now we can climb nice and easy over this little cube here. And that's kind of what we wanted at. Let's delete that separate cube and save our game. So now we have our basic character here. Can't do much, but you know, it works. And with this, you could probably make like a little platformer or something. And I mean, it's just max creativity.
Can we derive this value? You know, I'm starting to like this thing of, because it's Blender, right? I don't have to. We can't derive this. But probably there is some command to change this. I wonder, because if they want to go step up stairs, right? How do you do this? If right, probably there are some ways.
Anyways, that is how you make a basic player with logic bricks. So, that being said, I will see you in the next video.
Yeah, so this guy is very good. Looks even has great tutorials like this. Very simple tricks, probably some more advanced, but it's a bit old, right? And some older versions of UPBGE, but it's very many things I've checked worked. The camera is more tricky. I don't think he explained very well, but it's like this kind of tutorial, like not much explanation, but not much theory, but get into actually. It's not very good for. It's good for if you already know how it works, right? Some bits, but I can do something with this, so it's just not profound enough for my taste, but it's very good in what it proposes. Go straight to the point, so it's the few ones who get this kind of content here that like rapid rapid tutorial, right? So that's
Style of coding for our
many tricks, right? So it's kind of cool, very valuable.
and we're just going to do the same thing, drag down, split, and this is going to be a more simple thing.
So I want to look for the physics here. Maybe, because of course if he explained, I would have some, if someone explained how the things work, then I could do it myself, right? Without, I could play more with the things and not trying to understand why it is not working in.
The top right, vaccine. We want once, and then we'll do. We'll
I think here there's some rotation thing that matters for me. Let's see.
And now we have a character that moves in.
No,
all
no
the
no
space
rotation.
world over to circle.
Okay, here, exactly here.
First object we have selected, you can see is the cube, and this is its properties for physics.
Okay, it's the cube,
On the plane, you can see that it has its own set.
the plane. Okay,
Now, what we're going to do is just click back onto our basic default cube here, and you can see that it's currently set to static. And this just means that it is suspended in space, it doesn't really do much. It has collisions, but it does not have its own physics. So what we're going to do is click on static, and when we get to our character option, we want to select actor. This will allow things like sensors and other collisions to be able to detect this character. And
maybe there are some sensors, some code, something that is making the character, when I activate this, something that is sensing it and making it walk away in the sky.
we have a couple of other settings here. We can adjust the step height, the jump force, amount of jumps, so you could add a double jump here, or the max slope. And this max slope basically says the degree that the character can climb over an object. 90 degrees means that you walk up to a wall and you'll probably be able to jump up the wall. So we'll just leave these all default for now, and we will move on to the collision bounds. Now the collision bounds are going to be pretty simple. They kind of just do the thing. If we click on collision bounds over here, enable it, we want our box since that's the shape of our cube here. And you can see we have a few options as well for other things. We have
Yeah, he explains up there, but some other parts in other tutorials not so well.
and triangle mesh just means that it will basically have all the collisions for every single face, and it's very advanced. Always save a ton. Alright, so now that we have our cube, we have all of our collisions and our physics set up. We can see if we bring this cube.
Yeah, so here I was just unlucky. I need to test this out in a simpler, in a different file. Maybe there's some corruption
up in the
here.
air, and we press P. It falls to the ground. We finally have physics set up. We can see if we bring this cube up in the air and we press P. It falls to the ground. We finally have physics to our game. So
Yeah. So let's make a test right now. So I've already watched this. This is fine. We don't need this. We're gonna test in a new and plane. So let's try here. Static. No, it's physics, right? It's here. Character, actor, and P. Okay, so here this is working as expected. So something, and I don't even have collision bounds. Let's try some. So something that okay, no, not what I expected. Yeah, whatever. So it's my file that is corrupted apparently. Let's try with this one. If it's the file, it's the file. Okay, this one is working. So, and there's a huge lag. So probably it's the collision, it's something related to the armature object, right? Ah, I see. Maybe it's all these, I don't know, these crazy widgets, who knows, which are everywhere. I'm not sure, but we are disabling them anyways, so No, to no avail. So maybe you have some wrong parenting somewhere. Some custom property. No, nothing for the armature. It's just too heavy maybe, and it gets... Maybe there are too many meshes here. Let's try to delete. We're gonna delete everything here. Just keep the body. Nope. Could be the armature object then. Okay, let's delete. Let's try everything. Sounds that it's stabilized. So there is something about the body. Yeah, so interesting. So we found the culprits. Probably the body mesh. Could it be this one? It makes no sense, but... No. Okay, it's not this one, so... It's the body. Oh, there. Maybe the body contains... No, contains nothing. Ah, interesting. It's not the body. Okay, let's delete the... stuff parented to the... Anything that is parented to the armature object. Yeah, so it was not... Maybe we have... No, this problem always happened. Yeah, so it's something about the rigged model that gets inside here, which gets corrupted, so very bad. Need to see if I can... Because it's not the armature object, but let's try something here. Okay, no, it works. So it's not the parenting. It's not because there's a parenting thing. There's something about resetting. Maybe it's the object modifiers. Clearing that out, that will be super annoying. Yeah, I'll figure out, but one thing that could be funny here to do, maybe there's no solution in this version, or it's my armature object that is, yeah, the rigged model. Maybe I need to make a new character, so it'll be terrible. But anyways, we're gonna try to link some scenery. I'll get some water, folks. I need to be right back. I want to link a whole scene. Yeah, it's possibly some of the... Yeah, it was not the widgets, so it's probably the modifiers, yeah. Yeah, cleaning this out will be like very mad. Like, but we can try, right? Let's cleanse everything that we're not using here, and it's okay if we don't save. If we save, it's okay. We can just bring this once again. Can we? Okay, I can already test here. No. Hold Alt. Now we can't hold Alt. Can we? No, it doesn't work that way. So I believe it's just too heavy. There is something in the calculations, collisions, right? It's like yeah, the geometry. Maybe there's too much geometry, so that's why as I start to clean up the geometry, the disabled one shouldn't cause anything, but who knows, right? So I don't know about professional 3D CG software, but these problems here, technical issues, is troubleshooting is like can waste a lot of time doing projects because of inconsistencies like that. So it's pretty terrible. But Blender, right? Even it's not about a stable release. Even these problems happen. So it's like we need some serious AI at some point that could make faster bug fixing, right? But we're not any close to that, I believe, the way the things are going. So at least in the West. Okay, so we got rid of many. Just I think there's just one remaining. And we can do the test again, right? We can delete mesh until we got free. Yeah, probably it's just that there was some change in the behavior. So yeah, so we're gonna delete all possible things that I know that might have too much mesh. Let's try. The hair doesn't have too much mesh. Maybe these things for the eyes, they have a little too much. Yeah, so gonna delete this. The body certainly has, so gonna and I have the box, which will be okay. Now it's much faster. Let's delete. There's a lot of mesh here. There we go. Now it starts, but so it doesn't support too much rig, right? Rig mod. So this is a shame, but still it's not doing what it should be doing about the jump. Oh, it's disabled. There we go. Still not working. Yeah, maybe it shouldn't be done like this. Yeah, so we are getting somewhere. This is good. We are getting the to understand. So maybe we need a really low poly character to make this. So we can't have collisions with this kind of rigged model. That was very unfortunate. But yeah, for this project, mini project here, it's very tempting. I could make the very low poly version of this character. The problem is that I don't know the amount of geometry that I need. Really, I need to research. But yeah, we see that we are getting at least some stuff to work. I will oh, I see what went wrong. It's not here. It's actually here. We need the control needs to be here, not here. So that means that this jump is just for the action. We don't need this motion here, but we need it to exist here, right? Yeah, so a very basic mistake. But yeah, because it was not super simplified, right? A cube jumping is not a rig model jumping. So this is why. So not action, but motion. And simple motion, character motion, jump. And here we can just connect here. There we go. So this should. Yay, now we got. I can't. Okay, I can jump forward, but I can't jump with shift. Oh yeah, because we need a running jump then. Maybe we can allow this. No. Yeah, now it just only jump with shift. Oh yeah, jump forward. So it needs like no, I don't know. Okay, now we see everything. So yeah, I need to know how to know the amount of vertices in the project, in the rigged model. This could be, I don't know if you can see, have to sum one by one. But yeah, that's it, folks. So I hope that was interesting. That's what I found very interesting. And oh yes, there is still one thing. All right, so we need Blender here. I need. Okay, so let's turn off the physics here for a moment. Why do we have this? Okay, where is the things that we need here? We need to change. I don't remember what is. Yeah, I remember. So I need to change this thing here. Little mistake here. add sensor. So keyboard, space bar, jump, motion, alright, let's save here. Then we test. Nope, it's not jumping for some reason. Maybe this only works if you have... What went wrong here? Yeah, I just did exactly as... Yeah, so maybe for the motion this is not sufficient. We need this this thing here. Otherwise there's nothing. Yeah, this was a jump probably. And here we know it will be the same problem. Okay, so even if this doesn't solve anything for us, we can reuse this data here. So this is good once you have a better character rigged model or something that might work with this. Also, let's do this. Here no collisions, so it's bad. So there is also this problem with the... She's looking up. There's probably something about the rig that I've made wrong. Well, now I absolutely need the rotational thing, right? Alright, folks, hold on. So my intentions here, I want to make a linked scenery. I think the scenery, as long as the parts that are the scenery are just linked, they are not interactive with... maybe with just static would work. They can be library override. There's something they be rendered invisible, the linked or the library override. I don't know. We're gonna try, because if it's a static scenery, it works if it's just linked and not appended. So we're gonna try this in a moment. I need to get water. One minute. Alright, we are back. So the thing here is how we're gonna... Alright, I need Blender and we need the starship. The big one. Okay, it's calculating, doesn't matter. Okay, we can use this. Why not, right? We can use this. Let's try. It should be simple, right? I hope this works. So we need to launch this place. So we're gonna assetize this whole thing. And this is an interesting thing because now all of this stuff that which we find here, what is this? Oh yeah, it's this corridor, right? Okay, it doesn't matter. But all this stuff gets assetized from this. Okay, we're gonna save here. And we're gonna... By the way, if you want to see the render here is very... Yeah, not... I don't know what I did here, but it's different than what I expected. But anyways, we are going now to be back on the... And here. And we're gonna... Okay, of course this will never work. Does this prevent the... Oh yeah, this does prevent the... Yeah, no collisions, but... Does that mean that the capsule is jumping now? Yeah. Now I need... In order to look at this... No, it's nothing about this, right? No, it's not working. Yeah, so maybe something is still broken, but what we're gonna do now is... And it's strafe, yeah, whatever. So we can also expand the size of this, why not? All right, so we need to bring that scenery, right? So piece of scenery. So let's go. Let's move. So basically for that one, can be the layout. There is nothing here. Maybe those things are causing problem. No, I know it's not this any. I already know it's not about this. It's just the rigged model, too much mesh. So Need to research. Okay, let's get an assign. Here we go. So we want this one and we want linking, and for this one we want in the level, right? I hope this don't explode the scene. So as you can see, there's a linked collection here, and we don't quite see it. So the thing is invisible, I think, until we library override it. So it's very weird. In render it doesn't show. And something yeah, so it's like they're partially library overridden, something like that. See that the things are not displaying. This appeared from okay, you see how it's weird? Things start to appear now. Like you have to do this for everything. It's meaningless. It's bugged, right? Oh, there they go. Went out of the collection for some reason. Oh, there it is. Okay, so of course. We need to okay, you know what? Let's bring this there, and instead let's okay, so let's see if it can. I don't think this will be a good idea. Yeah, it's a bit lagging, but maybe yeah, quite lagging, right? Just because of all these mesh, these assets. The EV, right? Lots of... It's maybe too heavy for the UPBGE in this version, right? Maybe I have some compositing. No, nothing is here. Let's simplify everything we can. But to no avail. Yeah, this improved a little. And the results seems not too bad, right? Yeah, it's much faster now. This is actually very funny. Okay, I wish I had more control over everything here. Imagine with all the scenery. This can be very playable, yeah, at some point. So we're gonna... we need... Yeah, so there's this idea of the workbench. Now I think I know it is possible. Where it is. Render. Yeah, then we need to make it use render. Use viewport render, exactly. So here, unfortunately, yeah, I have to make this rotation, but yeah, you can just reset here. This simple. We better do this with here, right? This takes a little longer to process, but here we go. Yeah, so there is a shadow glitch of workbench. It was not happening in Blender. It's happening here. Maybe I should just shut this down. I imagine each thing is a level. Yeah, so no more of these glitches. So still have shadows, so that's fine. I can't rotate, but okay, let's... We don't have the interaction. The see, workbench is pretty nice, right? But it's not prepared for workbench, right? So if this was EV though, we might have... Let's check this one. Yeah, flat is funny, but the can work also. Seems a bit faster. Oh yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so we need to fix these collisions. Maybe I need to bring the model, make some tests, take off, delete all these meshes which Yeah, delete every mesh that is excessive. We need a version for this because, yeah, delete all the costume that is... It's probably because of the collisions that the game engines need so much simplifications. Yeah. Now we get the yeah, what you can do here. Oh yeah, they are still here inside. Okay, it's just they are disorganized. But since this is linked, we can keep working on this thing. That will fine. What I wanted is to check the back to EV, right, and see if we can if this is playable somehow. We want the sky. Compositing might be a terrible idea for this thing. It looks like a crash. Oh no, it's because it's EV. It's trying to... No, I think this is really a crash. Let's try to light thin world. Yeah, so let's bring a new one here. I don't have my asset here. I think I have this somewhere as a... No. Okay, let's use this one. And okay, maybe this one. Yeah, all right, then it's already implemented. Okay, let's save and let's yeah, this is much more interesting, but I need to play this thing in the... Oh, maybe there is the materials. Might be something about the materials. Anyways, let's bring this not this. Yeah, let's where's the lighting here? Yeah, for the light, we're gonna, since we're doing this, we need... Well, no, duplicate. Yeah, so this twilight is a generic light that is negative. It can be something like this. And once we have this, right, then of course this influence, I don't remember what you need, but let's take all this off. Normalize, it doesn't matter. So we got the twilight here. Okay, then we have the real light here. That is one. Maybe we need to yeah, so you can do this, right? So let's try to play this thing. Okay, here it runs with a little lag, so it's not very comfortable. We are outside. No, we are inside. I don't recognize the setting here. Okay, now the executable version. Black screen. It's really taking a while. So this is not good sign. Okay, but it's there. So it needs to load all the scenery, right? So yeah, but overall this is pretty fun, right? Promising, right? If we can fix probably the character, the rig model is one of the culprits. Then we need the levels, right, to be really simplified, and I'm really concerned about the EV with this lighting. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of problem with this kind of trying to reuse content, because yeah, it's very great to reuse, but then because it's the same content somehow, I want to have them synchronized, and Blender currently is not smart for this kind of synchronization, because the data, even if it were, it will be very complicated, but the data doesn't synchronize like link. You can't really link lots of data blocks. It's like parts of a mesh, and then it's just it's very limiting. Okay, so this won't render EV, so I mean workbench, unless we get this. And so if we play this, this should be faster. Yeah, this is much faster. I think this is a better proposition, because if this can be allowed to be executable, I like the idea. But then again, I have to readdress the all of these materials, right? I need to, which is a nightmare, right? Baking materials. So I don't have a solution for this, at least not for a scenery complex like this. So Yeah, so here I have to make harsh decisions. Eevee is probably better as long as I can make it run. So probably I'll have to make the levels like a swap between scenes, something like that. I'm not sure how it works, if we need multiple executables. I need to research. So workbench is not gonna be easy on the stylization, right? Like if you got a lot of procedural textures here, but then yeah, it looks like if we had a better game engine, we could be ahead on all these issues. But at the same time, for me particularly, unlikely, because it takes too long to learn a game engine, and then the process of importing, exporting is super time consuming and tricky, and I don't have the mindset for that. I tried to learn a little bit of Godot, but I gave up pretty soon. But Blender, this stuff like Blender game engine is another story, because it's just that the version that comes previously to this 0.4 is for Blender 4.4, something like this, which is not even the LTS version. If I'm not wrong, that's it. So we about the BGE, and then we need but Blender 5 is like a game changer in so many ways. So even it's so good that the updates are so good that it even beats the LTS 4.5 LTS in my opinion. But yeah, for some projects, ongoing projects, it's better to skip with the previous version. But I like some experimentalism, so maybe the other BGF previews would be safer. But they are updating here every week. There is a new load, so I'll be updating. Maybe they're go fast in some things. Don't know if that's wishful thinking, but yeah, so this is kind of very inspiring. So here I think we can do something with Eevee. But maybe I'll need to set first the rigged model need to be fixed, and then I need to readapt all this scenery to a simple thing. Yeah, a lot of things to do, but you see, this is funny. So you can make a small stories here, and I think Eevee is the default here. We can also try to spot what could be the culprit of the lag of the scenery, because only the character bad for collisions, but the animations are smooth, right? The scene I sense some lag, so of course is the linked thing that I've bring here. So it's possibly that if we turned off a lot of stuff here, things get a little faster. Oh yes. So I think some lights there. Now it's quite smooth. Very impressive. Yeah, so that's very interesting. So what is this? Probably is these stupid lightings here. The more lights, the more lag. Let's try again. Yeah, these lights are... I think it's because of the amount of glasses we have here. So lighting, very dangerous here. More sunlight. Yeah, we're stacking sunlights here. Yeah, so it's likely that this twilight... Yeah, that's very good finding. So just lights, right? Sunlights are dangerous here, so we need to be careful, and we can still solve some aspects here with the yeah, so this could help. It's not let's make a turnaround at once. I had one way to do this keyboard. Okay, so it's like we can try to okay, we can use this as a combination, right? Yeah, all right. That's good. Then we're gonna try to make... I don't really remember. We're gonna test our chance without the tutorial. Rotate left. I'm not even sure this is how it should be done. I'm getting familiar. This is really funny to do this game, but it's time consuming, right? We want to move the... Yeah, those things are not named. Whatever, we're gonna connect here. Is the third. So probably it's just rotate on local, maybe some displacement. I think the negative x is here, so we... it doesn't seem to... Oh, I've changed the location, right? Rotate... Strange, simple motion? No. Character motion. Is that motion? Yeah, yeah. Then we bring an animation for that later. So oops. So not very good. This is very weird. Local, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's moving the camera. Okay, so it's the opposite, but that's good. Okay, we got the idea. So maybe 1 degrees. Oh yes, look at this. This also controls the camera because there's a parenting. Makes sense. Yeah, so that's super good. All right. So, but it's too much, right? So maybe a little faster, 0.85. Okay, I'm not, I need to, and we can rotate as we, okay, now we just need to set the, can we duplicate this? No, we can't. Rotate right, D, and then we get move. Not message, but motion, then we get rotate R, character motion, negative this, and this L is for local. This is backward. This is why this is not set. Okay, this one is strafe left, strafe right, simple motion. Yeah, not sure. We have to expand our knowledge here over time. Run forward. And jump. Yeah, so this seems all set. Only here it's just maddening names, but that's fine. Oh yeah, on EV it's heavier. So you have a mouse motion also. It's not combining very well the speed. Yeah, so some collisions here. There are some. I want to make zooming also. It's not easy, not it's more complicated to. Yeah, so if we have some assets, some NPC, some sound ambience, all that together, some action play in the background, and we already have a scene that can serve as some essence of some small adventure. Now, the cool thing about this thing is it really gives some feeling of the size of the thing. I expected it was, of course, it might be get more bigger if I get larger impression of a larger scenery once I bring back the assets, right? There are a lot of stuff here. Okay, folks, so this, I think I can do something in this scene here with this. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Take care. Happy Blender. Have a nice weekend soon. Yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the experiments here. See you soon.